I'm a feet lover. Every time I'm at school and I see a girl wearing sandals with her feet out, I can't help but stare at them, especially when they're painted white. It gets something in me going. Don't beat it till you look at a pretty pair. What the This is an insane first one. This is crazy. Okay, but who is like wearing open-toed sandals at school with their toes painted white? I mean, what school are you going to, man? Is there no dress code or anything? Good to know my viewers are freaks, bro. Holy shit. Anyway, moving on. What's up, boys? Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago on my community tab, I asked you all for your worst, most embarrassing confessions, and I left a Google form in case anybody was too embarrassed to post it in the comments, because it was just that bad. So today, that is what we are going to be taking a look at, and some of these really are that bad. I'm not even kidding. You guys really seem to like the last viewer submissions video that I did, so I'm doing another one, and let me know if you want me to keep making these. And of course, a like and a sub if you're new around here is always appreciated. Feel free to drop your own confessions in the comments, and without further ado, enjoy the rest of the video, boys. I once made a family drawing. I loved it. My sister used it to wipe her poopy shit on the floor. I got mad and I put her in the oven. I am not guilty. She is alive, unfortunately. You know, I think that's a pretty normal reaction to your sister pissing you off as a child. I mean, Lord knows how amount of times I threw my sister in the oven when I was a kid. I mean, at some point, they just had to duct tape it shut, you know? It was too much of a risk to even have it be accessible to me. When I was younger, my mom was using my computer to fill out some form. The form required her to upload something, so she clicks the upload prompt, and inexplicably, the pre-selected folder is my homework folder, so the first thing she sees is an image of Tom Nook's ballsack. Possibly the worst way to come out to a parent ever. Come out as what, exactly? Like, are you trying to say that you became gay because of Tom Nook? Or I shouldn't say became, but, you know, it was your awakening? I mean, that's really, I don't know. I don't know whether to be concerned or impressed. You know, and your mom probably doesn't even know what Animal Crossing is, so she probably just thinks you're attracted to, like, small woodland creatures now. She is never letting you go out into the backyard ever again. Me and my friends once came together to destroy the shoes of this one girl I went to school with because we didn't like her and it was elementary school. So we had gym shoes in our cubbies and stuff. Anywho, one girl got dish soap, I got vinegar, and another girl got thumbtacks, and we put them into the shoes. She was extremely rude to everyone and would throw things and scream at teachers and not get in trouble for any of it. I think that's what ticked us all off. She pretty much never got in trouble like everyone else did. Fast forward a couple years and I realized I had just bullied an autistic kid. Like, I got autism too, but hers affected her social life a lot more negatively than mine did. I hope she's doing okay now. See, you have the evil autism and she has the, you know, struggling social autism. You know, dish soap and vinegar or whatever, I mean, that's kind of evil, but thumbtacks, I mean, that girl must have hated her ass. Holy shit, dude. If I stepped into my shoe and it was filled with thumbtacks, like, I'd probably just spontaneously combust on the spot, you know? This is understandable since I was young at the time, but when Call of Duty Infinite Warfare released, I played it all the time, especially Spaceland. But because I was under 10, I got to like round 7 on a good day because I had no idea about PAP, perks, traps, or anything. But when Raven the Redwoods was released, I thought I could get the DLC for free by successfully beating all the robots challenges. I spent hours attempting this, and when I finally won and just saw Hasselhoff, I was disappointed. My grandpa was also a pedo in the 80s. Bro just chucked in that little detail at the end there. This reminds me of that one Quora screenshot where it's like, is G Fuel okay for a 13-year-old? Body fuels aren't recommended for those under 18, so I'm gonna say no for 13 to 16-year-olds. 17 I'd consider a gray area. My 18-year-old son dated a 13-year-old girl. Shit, maybe this is even the same person. Who knows? When I was like 13, I was in an art amino group, and this guy asked me to draw his schlong because he was insecure about it being too big and claimed that it would make him feel better. I said, sure, purely out of morbid curiosity, and he sent nudes. And then I basically just went, yeah, no, sorry, I tried, but I didn't like how it turned out. Sorry, bye. And blocked him immediately. Not gonna lie, it still keeps me up at night for multiple reasons. To his credit, it was oddly shaped, lol. Also worth mentioning that I had my age in my bio and was very clearly a child. Amino was the fucking Wild West, man. That shit doesn't even make any sense. What do you mean he was insecure about it being too big? He's like, ugh, God, this is so freaking embarrassing. My schlong is so huge. What the hell, dude? I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, he probably tried this with women his age and got called a weird freak creep weirdo, so he decided to go do it to children instead because they wouldn't even understand what was happening. People are strange as hell, dude. I'm sorry that happened to you, really, I am. That's terrible. I pooped my pants for 18 years of my life. Sometimes I'd hold it in for too long and it caused me to have diarrhea, so I'd go to school like that and leave little puddles of diarrhea in each chair I sat in. Dude, what? Man, Dark Dom fans, everyone, give it up, guys. Leaving puddles of diarrhea in chairs. Really just, showing off for the fan base. Appreciate that. I used to use AI chatbots to roleplay doing drugs. When I asked my therapist about this, she was just like, whatever keeps you from actually doing drugs. I haven't touched chatbots in maybe a year, but I still want to do drugs. It sounds fun. I also found out my old landlord from when I was 4 to 5 was a and I gave my whole family dysentery when I was 1. Dude, that was like a triple threat right there. That's crazy. Just drop those on me. I'm honestly more interested in the last two things that you said. You talked about the AI chatbot thing. I mean, that's kind of weird, but like, I want to know how you gave your whole family dysentery when you were 1 year old. 1 year old. What do you even do in the chat rooms with the bot? You're just like, oh my god, bro. Bro, I'm so high right now. Oh my god. Bro, I'm freaking fried, bro. I ate Arby's once. Yeah, not gonna lie, this is the worst one I've seen. Out of any of the other ones that I've seen in this video, this is by far the worst one. I might have gooned to my cat. You can't blame me though, she fit. Yes, I can blame you. What are you, Shane Dawson? Never mind, man. As much as I hate Arby's, I think this is definitely worse. You are a sick freak. What the f- In kindergarten, there was a bathroom inside the classroom where you could only pee. My dumbass instead shat there, and the classroom smelled awful. After this horrific incident, the bathroom was banned, and we couldn't use it ever again. I mean, not gonna lie, I'm not really sure why they would have a bathroom that you can only pee in. That just, especially with kindergartners, I don't think that's gonna register in their brain. That seems like it was disaster waiting to happen, personally. I'm in 9th grade, and at my school we get pizza delivered to school every Friday, and you can buy one for like $27. Crazy price, I know. And you can buy reheated ones that are old for $4. Well, in one of my first weeks as a freshman, I bought one. It was absolutely disgusting, and I put the box with pizza in it into my bag. I should also say the date wrote on the box was from last school year, and I'm keeping it in my PE locker. It still looks almost the same, probably because I've sprayed it with body spray every other day and the preservatives are crazy. Every once in a while I distribute pieces of it to other unused lockers and small hiding places. I'm excited to see how far this goes. Why is the price difference on the pizzas so ridiculous? $27 for a new one and then $4 for an old one? Something's not right there. You know what I mean? They're selling you some sort of radioactive compound or I don't know. Bro, in like 1,000 years when the school is no longer a thing, everybody is long gone and the ruins of the school are the only thing that's left, there's gonna be people that come along that area and find the pizza still perfectly intact and fresh as if it was just bought yesterday. I cheated on my girlfriend who is now my fiance and she has no idea, and the person I cheated on her with is one of our shared friends in our friend group, and it was a guy. This one is just I don't even know, man. That doesn't even sound real. If this is actually real, unfortunately, man, I want you to know that you are a terrible person. Sorry. I don't know if anyone else was gonna tell you that, so I felt like I kind of had to tell you, but yeah, that's pretty bad. I would probably call off the wedding now unless you're trying to set up one of those dramatic scenarios where somebody at the wedding objects and then it's like a big whole thing. In the early days of those AI image generators, I used one to make my teacher say some messed up stuff, and I was never caught. Let me explain. So I had this math teacher, and he genuinely looked like the stereotypical weirdo. He was bald, wore glasses, and was a bit on the chunkier side. My friends and I always joked he would be on a certain offenders list. So one night, one of my friends and I found a website where you were able to generate a video of anyone saying anything based on what you wrote. It was fantastic. After trying it out, one of us had the bright idea to put our math teacher into it, and we made him say some ridiculous things about one of our other friends. It was all fine until it wasn't. Fast forward a couple of months and the video was leaked. I won't get into how, but one of my classmates who had access to the video and obliviously played it on full blast with the teacher standing behind him. I was sweating major bullets because the teachers and staff were furious. They called kids out of class and were looking for the creator in every crevice of the school. I begged with my friends who knew I made it not to tell, and they didn't. The staff never checked my computer. I was the good kid. 3 weeks go past. I still am super wary about it when someone tells me they punished someone for the video. Yeah, turns out someone took the blame for making the video and got a suspension. I still feel so guilty about this even though I'm not at school anymore. I never told the teachers it was me. To be fair, I don't even know why I made the video in the first place. The teacher was cool and actually taught stuff. This story has a good ending though, as me and the person who took the blame for my wrongdoings are friends now. I think I'll forever be in his debt. You know, that might be one of the realest dudes of all time, man. This dude took a bullet for you when you guys weren't even friends. Like, why did he have to do that? And your other friends are also real for not ratting you out immediately. I mean, like, wow, dude, you got lucky you got some good friends around you, bro. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious on the videos. Like, I kind of wish I could see the video. There was a guy in my high school who was pretty widely disliked, but me and my, at the time, boyfriend had close cahoots with him, but we also kind of didn't like him. So one time we sold him a joint for $10 to $15 and made said joint out of entirely weed stems. He told me later that it was really good. He got placeboed. He got completely placeboed right there. And you guys taxed the hell out of him. What do you mean, $15 for one joint? Oh my god, you robbed him. I gooned to YouTube bot profiles in those NSFW bots in kids friendly channel. How do you even do that, man? They're literally just like profile pictures. Dude, you're down bad. I'm sorry. I bought a bunch of Pokemon cards off a guy for $15 a couple years back. I keep track of my cards on TCG Collector, which also tracks base market price. All of the cards that he sold me were worth, at the time, around $400 combined. I told him the next day. He asked first, and he looked so crushed, LMAO. One of those cards was around $100 when I got it, and it's now worth almost $300. One was $60 and has doubled since. I don't know if that kid remembers selling that binder, but I would think he kind of regrets it now. Hey man, don't hate the player, hate the game. Listen dude, that's just how things roll around here. If you're selling Pokemon cards, man, you better be like aware of the value of what you're selling, you know? You shouldn't even be embarrassed of this confession, man. I mean, it's not like you robbed him or anything. He asked for $15, unless you're the one that suggested that price knowing their actual value, but like, hey man, if that's what he said he was selling them for and that you bought them, you're just picking up a good deal when you see it, really. I goon to walls at IKEA, but no one will know because this comment is at the bottom. Sorry bro, I just put it in the video for thousands of people to see, so now thousands and thousands of people know that you do this. I once pissed myself on a football field in front of an entire stadium of people. I was in 8th grade. My high school did this thing where every year they'd invite the 8th graders to the last home game to get a taste of what high school band is like. During halftime, the 8th graders along with the high schoolers go on a field to play a few songs together. I had asked to go to the restroom maybe 5 or so times beforehand and wasn't allowed to go. Needless to say, I didn't last the full time on field. This was 4 years ago now and I still vividly remember it. I think the worst part about it is the fact that I went through 4 years of high school with kids that very well may know I pissed myself as a 13-year-old. You know, this just makes me think about like how badly you'd have to pee to like piss yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like I've had to pee really, really badly a couple times in my life and I just held it, you know? I just held it. Maybe I just have like kidneys of steel, but it's never been a problem for me. Hopefully at least it happened near the end of the performance so you didn't have to just like sit out there the entire time soaking in your piss. I think that would have put a bit of a damper in my performance personally, but I don't know. One time tried kissing a girl. I closed my eyes too early and therefore I missed. Ended up with our cheeks, face cheeks you weirdos, touching each other. We broke up 2 weeks later and never got to kiss her. No regrets though. She turned out to be a freak anyways and I don't roll that way. You're not a freak? How do you miss that badly though? Like you gotta be so far off to either the left or the right to just like touch cheeks, not even make any lip contact whatsoever. I mean, this dude had to have closed his eyes like 30 seconds before he even met up with her. Next time, to ensure that you don't miss, you need to keep your eyes wide open the entire time it's happening. Don't even blink, okay? Because you blink and you could suddenly teleport to the side of her face. You have to make sure that you hit the target. I stole and I drank a whole cup of Hennessy from from my father when I was 4 years old, accidentally thinking it was Coke. I was put to bed earlier that day. I don't know how you do this, because I don't really think Hennessy looks like Coke at all, and it definitely doesn't taste like it. I mean, how did you drink the entire cup? You would have known at the first sip, at the moment that it touched your tongue, that it wasn't Coke. I don't know, you must have been thirsty as hell, seriously, and you probably were so drunk after that. I remember accidentally drinking a Mike's Hard when I was in like, I don't know, I was probably like 8, and I freaked out because I thought I was drunk, even though I only had like a couple sips, because I thought it was just regular lemonade, dude, I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening to all of your confessions with me, and thank you for submitting your confessions, as much as they would probably be embarrassing to admit. Feel free to, of course, drop more of them in the comments below, if they're not too embarrassing to be shared publicly, of course. And yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at DomSoEpic. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.